is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Robert Solanke, minister of the Hazelwood Christian Church, for the invocation. Dr. Solanke.
Let us pray. O Lord of the universe, we delight to call you Creator, for you have formed our world and given us life. You looked at your creation and called it good, and so it was and is for us. Your providing for us is so great that we sing of you as shepherd of our lives. Our gratitude is great for life in our nation and in this Commonwealth of Indiana and for this university. The plans of the architects and engineers express the dreams for this building, and a multitude of workmen have brought it into reality. It is good to give thanks for the fulfillment and for the one whose name is honored in the dedication, Ralph J. Whitinger. We now pray for the use of this building as a place of sound teaching. Let the goals of righteousness and justice be lifted up in a strong academic setting. All of this can be done in the heritage of the Mosaic Law, the judgments of the prophets, and the spirit of mercy and love in Jesus of Nazareth. May it be so. Amen.
In which we were privileged to build our new College of Business building, Ball State was doing some other things at the same time, and it included the installation of our 9th president last October. He has brought to us a special leadership quality which maximizes our existing strengths as a university and helps us to realize new ones as we face a positive future. It is my pleasure to present at this time our president, Dr. Jerry Anderson.
Thank you very much, Dr. Black. This is a most memorable day in the history of Ball State University, and the presence of our honored guests, Ralph J. Whitinger, Malcolm Forbes, Estel Marsh, and Hamer Schaefer, adds a significant dimension to the importance of the occasion. We are delighted that the four of you are with us. The Ralph J. Whitinger Business Building combines aesthetic taste with functional design. It creates an environment conducive to continued excellence in teaching, learning, research, and public service by the College of Business. The building demonstrates that administration and faculty of that college, and I would add students also, share the value placed on the importance of planning. The Whitinger Business Building joins a group of first-rate instructional facilities on our campus. The list includes the College of Architecture and Planning, Bracken Library, the Emmons Music English Speech Complex, Cooper's Science Complex, and the Teachers College. It is most fitting that the business building is of high quality because of the quality of the person for whom it is named. Ralph J. Whitinger is an outstanding alumnus, benefactor, and tireless toiler for this university. He has honored Ball State by his career, and today Ball State is proud to honor him. A university is a rich fabric of intangibles that carries within that fabric what man has been, what he is, and what he is striving to be. But in addition to the intangibles, a university has a tangible location and a set of structures that is its home. Our physical facilities importantly influence the educational process. So the dedication of a new building is a most meaningful event in the life of a university that focuses on the physical evidence of its intangible substance. The building we dedicate today is the result of efforts by numerous persons. Several of those persons are on stage today. As I introduce them, I would request that you hold your applause until all introductions are completed. Would each person please stand as I call your name and remain standing until introductions have been made. Dr. W.J. Wagoner of the College of Business Faculty. Dr. Wagner began inspecting College of Business buildings across the nation a decade ago so that he could present the building architects with a program for this new building. During the building of the structure, he monitored its progress brick by brick until its completion. We are indebted to Dr. Wagner for this effort. We share his pride in the result. Dr. J.B. Black, Jr., our Master of Ceremonies today, and Dean of the College of Business, who is nearing completion of service to the university in another capacity as Acting Vice President for University Relations, a role he has also served us in very well. Dr. John W. Hannaford, Acting Dean of the College during the period of building construction. Both Drs. Black and Hannaford have given meaningful leadership to this project and to the college. Dr. Delbert E. Wisley of Indianapolis, president of that company which constructed the building. Mr. Thomas Dorst, AIA, a partner in charge of the Whitinger Building for James Associates Architects of Indianapolis. Mr. Van Smith of Muncie, a member of the Indiana Commission for Higher Education and a past chair of the commission and representing the commission. Indicative of their continuing commitment to public service and to this university is the presence today of members of the Ball State University Board of Trustees. I am now pleased to introduce the President of the Board, Mr. Will Parker of Muncie, the Vice President of the Board, Mr. Tom Wallace of Indianapolis, the Secretary, Mr. James Garrettson of Carmel, the Assistant Secretary, Mrs. Robert O'Malley from Richmond. Other members of the Board of Trustees present today are Mr. Frank Bracken of Muncie, Mr. Jack Peckinpah of Muncie, and Ms. Christy Swing of Anderson. I am now pleased to present members of the university administration on the stage. Dr. Robert P. Bell, Vice President for Business Affairs and the First Dean of the College of Business. Dr. Rita M. Gardial, Interim Provost and Dean of Faculties. Dr. M.C. Byro, Vice President for Student Affairs, and Dr. David Wheeler, Dean of the Graduate School. Would you now please join me in applause? Thank you.
This is, of course, a dedication ceremony involving an academic edifice. We have many of our scholarly professors here from the College of Business today, and at this time I suppose each one should have an opportunity to make a presentation, perhaps a thumbnail sketch of their dissertation and other things that they have accomplished since then. But in order to meet some time frame, we're going to reduce this to a sampling. And I've asked 4 persons to represent different facets of our college and university life to make comments. First, from our most important aspect of the College of Business or of the university, representing our students, our undergraduate fellow of the College of Business, the 4th undergraduate fellow that we have so named, it's Catherine. I didn't know that, Missy. Missy Arkwelkel. Where are you?
Good afternoon, friends of the College of Business. I would think one of the greatest benefactors of the new building, the Whitinger Building, would have to be the students themselves. We have long been aware that we have been attending a superior College of Business, but there now stands a structure that acknowledges this fact. After attending classes in this building for 3 months now, I think I would like to relay to you some of the advantages and benefits that the students have recognized. Firstly, in addition to the convenience of having all classes from all 6 departments from the college in one building, the students have enjoyed a more open and frequent relationship with their faculty. Before this winter, students would have had to search for their professors in one of 3 buildings, and none of which necessarily having the same classroom in that building. Now, students, all they need to do is to follow the instructor after class around the corner and have their conference. And I think this gives it gives individual attention to all of the students if they need it. And individual attention is certainly a great asset to the person's education. A second advantage that I've seen in the College of Business, or the new building, is the increased activity and coordination of the student organizations. We have 13 College of Business student organizations, and since this quarter, they've been able to coordinate their own activities within their clubs and with other clubs much better. They have bulletin boards for all of them to post things on, and more importantly, they can all share offices together, so they're much more aware of each other's plans. This year already, we planned the College of Business ribbon-cutting ceremony of the new building, and we have plans in the making for a business ethics conference for next fall, all student-oriented. So I think it is in good judgment to say that these organizations have done a good job, and with the new building, their job's a little easier and they're producing a little more. The greatest advantage of all is the advantage of having all the business students together in one building. Marketing students can mingle with the management students, everyone can speak to the economics students, and so on. I think students themselves are a great resource in education, and this building allows them to associate with them more freely. The Ralph J. Whitinger Business Building has a lot of benefits for the students of the College of Business and for Ball State, and today it is our turn to show our appreciation for it. Ball State's College of Business has earned a high respect, and I'm glad to see a new building put up where we can have an environment that will enhance the advancement of both the faculty and the students. Thank you.
We did have, believe it or not, a rehearsal of part of this, but my particular part got changed at the last minute, so I'm a little awkward. Very pleased to introduce this time a man whom I've been privileged to know since joining the faculty of Ball State University in 1973. That's my joining. He joined before then. But as a spokesman, a single spokesman for our entire faculty, I'm proud and privileged to introduce a man of deep-seated integrity, Dr. Arnold Certain, Professor of Accounting.
Dr. Whitinger, President Anderson, honored guests, distinguished faculty, students, and friends. The great accomplishments of Dr. Ralph Whitinger are well known. We have become accustomed to seeing his picture in the newspapers, accompanied by news articles telling of another honor that has been bestowed upon him, or giving further evidence of his great generosity. But I do not wish to talk to you today about Dr. Whitinger's great achievements. Instead, I should like to show you another side of this great man. For in addition to his great attainments, he has done many good deeds of which the general public is not aware. The reason for this is because they were done anonymously and for individuals. And of course, no one would know about them except those individuals and their families. I submit that there are hundreds, perhaps thousands, of individuals who are recipients of Dr. Whitinger's beneficence. I know this because I am one of them. When I came to this great university 13 years ago, I was a young, ambitious assistant professor with a brand new master's degree, but not quite a certified public accountant. The reason I was not quite a certified public accountant was because I needed 4 more months of qualifying experience. And being employed full-time by this university, to get such experience would have been very difficult. I met with Dr. Whitinger in his office and explained my problem. He gave me a good job for the summer at a good salary, and I was able to acquire the needed experience. Shortly thereafter, I was a fully qualified CPA. This has meant a great deal to my career, and frankly, I'll never forget it. I suggest that there are hundreds, even thousands of individuals who are beneficiaries of Dr. Whitinger's kindness and love. For them, I say thank you. We are here today to dedicate this beautiful building in honor of this great man. I am honored to represent the faculty in this happy occasion. And on behalf of the faculty of this College of Business and of this great university, I pledge to you, Dr. Ralph Whitinger, that we will use this beautiful building for what it was intended, the education of young men and young women for professional careers in business, in your honor and in your memory far into the future as that future unfolds before us.
In fact, the more I think about it, if we'd rehearsed it a little better, I would have been closer here than I am. Well, that's life. Next, I'm happy to introduce I guess a young man. He's not very old, but a man whom I used to spend an awful lot of time talking to on the phone when he lived in Muncie, and I guess he got tired of that because he now lives in Fort Wayne. But I'm most happy to present at this time the president of the College of Business Alumni Association, Mr. Frank Johnson. Frank?
Dr. Whitinger, Mr. Forbes, Dr. Anderson, and distinguished guests. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be part of such a memorable day of the College of Business. The culmination of months and years of planning has now brought to reality one of the finest physical facilities for learning. What does this now mean for an alum of the College of Business? As a representative member of the College of Business alumni, it means a renewal of pride. It means manning the feather duster and gently removing the particles of dust from a diploma that represented something at a point in time that is far different than its representation now. It is a dusting to reflect a long-labored and successful accreditation, and further, a long-awaited dream that now towers in reality, the College of Business Building. It means a faculty resolute on delivering quality education to meet what seems to be at times the insurmountable demands of the business world today. Also a faculty growing rapidly in experience with irrefutable credentials that remain second to none. For an alum of the College of Business, it means as well an ever-growing list of programs marked with timeliness and excellence that can now be offered to the students of business. In the not-too-distant past, an alum had fundamentally little more to discuss with a candidate of business than the fine programs offered by the business department. Soon the alum was able to talk to the candidate about the increasing number and improved quality of programs of the new College of Business, along with a faculty expanding in numbers and, more importantly, in professionalism. The candidate can now be introduced to a faculty and staff who are among the most informed and provocative of those rendering business instruction today. But now, at this point in time, the alum has the opportunity not before privileged. For now, as he finishes the diploma dusting and places it in a prime position at the forefront of his other memorabilia, he can introduce a candidate to the college that offers the highest of quality education through a superior faculty and staff in a facility that exudes professionalism. As a representative of the alumni of the College of Business, I wish to take this occasion to thank those whose labors brought us to where we are today. For as you have increased the quality and standards of the College of Business, you have inflated the value of a Ball State College of Business diploma. Now, with the addition of the Ralph J. Whitinger Business Building, which has added yet another dimension to the growth of the College of Business, it gives me repeated yet increased pleasure to say that I am proud to be an alum of the College of Business. Thank you.
Finally, I'm happy to present another old friend, one of the alums from the College of Business, but who now holds the position as president of the Ball State Alumni Association Council, Mr. Ron Hersig of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Right, Ron?
As president of the Ball State University Alumni Association, it's a very real pleasure for me to be involved in this building dedication today. Certainly, the recognition of alumnus Ralph J. Whitinger is a recognition of all alumni and their professional contributions to our society in general. Today, we would like to give recognition to another alumnus for service to the university, a person whose organizational talents have contributed to this building, which we are dedicating. We would like to recognize this individual by presenting him the Alumni Association's Benny Award. The act of beneficence can take many forms, the highest perhaps being the contributions of oneself, one's talent, energy, and time. The recipient is a Ball State graduate, class of 1942, who is also a professor of accounting. This man was first appointed to head the study of the adaptability of the old library building as a future home of the College of Business. The detail of that study indicated that the structure was not adequate for the needs of the college, and he was designated the prime leader in development of plans for a proposed new College of Business building. In that capacity, it is estimated that he spent over 3,000 hours, many, if not most, in a non-paid capacity, researching the needs of the college and traveling around the country studying other new College of Business buildings. The efficiency of his detailed planning is evident in the building itself, and the fact that the construction bids on the building came in nearly $1 million below the architect's estimates. A corollary bonus was realized when the building was completed months ahead of schedule. The Ball State University Alumni Association presents its Benny Award to Dr. Winfred J. Whitinger for dedicated leadership and service to Ball State University.
Planned on, wasn't it? It now gives me pleasure to present the president of our Board of Trustees at Ball State University, Mr. Will Parker.
Thank you, Dr. Black. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ralph J. Whitinger Business Building is named for a man who overcame adversity, whose life illustrates the heights of success which can be reached by those with the determination and desire for achievement who also have goodwill. Ralph Whitinger was stricken with polio at the age of 9 months. In 1929, walking with the aid of crutches, he received a degree in business education with a specialization in accounting. Excuse me. From that beginning, Ralph rose in the profession of accounting. Today, he is the chief officer of the largest accounting firm in eastern Indiana. Each of us has received help in our life. Many forget. Ralph Whitinger remembered. He is the benefactor of the Whitinger Scholars, a program which brings to the Ball State campus 64 of the premier high school graduates of the nation for the baccalaureate degree. He has dedicated thousands of hours to the Ball State University Foundation, which he has served as president since the early 1950s. He was chairman of the John R. Emmons College Community Auditorium Fund Drive in 1961 and was responsible for raising half of the funds to build this auditorium. As an incentive for alumni giving, he gave a $100,000 challenge gift in 1967 and followed that with a similar challenge in 1968. The Ball State Alumni Association bestowed an Alumni Distinguished Service Award on him in 1960. In 1968, the university conferred upon this community, corporate, and business leader an honorary Doctor of Law degree. In 1974, the College of Business made him a charter member of its Hall of Fame. At the heart of the College of Business's appreciation for Ralph Whitinger is a grant and aid he established in 1952 for a senior accounting major. Now, for 28 years, a good student who could not have stayed in school for the senior year was able to graduate because of this assistance from Ralph Whitinger. To mark its appreciation for all that this distinguished alumnus has done throughout the years, the College of Business sought and readily received permission to pay its highest tribute to Ralph J. Whitinger, the naming of the business building for him. Someone said, do something in life that lasts longer than life. Ralph Whitinger has done that. Ralph, the College of Business salutes you as the role model of quality its faculty and students want to emulate. Now, Mrs. Whitinger, would you please unveil the plaque which will be installed in the front hall of the building in honor of Dr. Whitinger?